I was staying in the ashram called Srikali here.
Yeah.
And I was roommate with a dude who was dancing in his room, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. And I was like, I can do that too. And then I got to experience ecstatic dance, and yeah, everything unfolded, and I was like, wow, this is me. This is where I meet myself the most. What can I do about that? You know, I would have a lot of people coming to me and being like, you dance so good and stuff, you know, and I was like, oh. And then I started to believe in it, you know, to be like, fuck yeah, like I can do that. I can guide people. Like I know what it does to me, and I know how to bring that to people's life.
Welcome to this new episode, and today I am here with Thomas. How are you, Thomas?
I'm very good, man. Thank you so much.
Very nice. So Thomas is an awesome professional dancer, and also a dance coach. And I got to know Thomas because of our project, which is a musical we did on the island recently, where Thomas was the main sort of dance teacher there, as well as dancing in the musical itself.
Exactly, yeah. Yes, we were actually two main people doing the choreographies. But yes, I've been definitely having more roles in the dance parts, which was a delight to have and to be part of that project. For sure.
Awesome. So for me, it was great working with him. He's a very nice guy as well. And first of all, I'd like to ask you, what is your story in life?
Well, I guess something that I could share is that I used to be, the way you see me right now, I used to be the complete opposite when I was a kid. Especially at a certain time when my parents divorced, you know, I started to shrink down into myself, to isolate myself from all my friends and all the people for more than 2.5 years, you know, and having a lot of fights in my family. So going through kind of a violent and isolated part of my life, you know. So from that, actually dance and self-expression allowed me to step back up, because I remember I was in school and I was doing a performance at the very end in front of all the people who knew me for being that isolated kid, you know, that very lonely kid. And I just bloomed, man. I just bloomed. It was an opportunity for me to shine and to understand the potential of what I could do with my body and my mind, and how I could change my life.
Awesome. And so when was this transformation from being very shy or very introverted on your own? What age was it?
It was from 12 to 15.
And then I know that you had a stint working in the police in France, is that right?
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened there?
But I wanted to take care of the population. You know, I've always wanted to be in service for people. So I think, if I remember, I kind of got pushed in that direction by my father. Was like, okay, that's a good thing to do, you know, for the people, Thomas. It would be nice. And I was like, I saw the value. I was like, I want to give myself for others, to help and to protect. But I really soon realized that the mentality was very close there, and I couldn't be who I was. You know, so many rules, and it pissed me off. So I stayed there for 2 years because I had a contract, and then as soon as I finished, I started to travel, and I was 20.
Okay, so you had these 2 years in the police where you learned how to shoot a gun, I suppose.
Learned how to shoot a gun,
and
so I saw dead bodies.
Okay, and then after that you just took off and you went traveling.
That's
and
right.
How long for?
Until I arrived in Copenhagen, pretty much 7 years.
Wow.
Traveling and working in countries.
So that's lots of life experience as a traveler, discovering new cultures.
Exactly.
And at the same time you kept on dancing, or how did it work?
Well, to be honest, I wasn't dancing much at that time. The only dancing that I was doing was stripping with partners, because it was something that I love to do. Actually, when I was in Australia, I went in Adelaide and I applied for a job as a stripper. So I was a stripper in Australia.
Wow, like a male stripper, like paid for, yeah?
Yes,
male
yes.
stripper, all right.
Amazing money, man. Amazing money, and a wonderful experience, because you get to know so much of yourself, you know? And you get to like remove that shame of feeling like I'm showing my body for people. It's fun. Like you get so much out of understanding of the power, the potential you have, you know.
And the club, like, was it crowded? Like many women there?
Yeah, we often over 100 women.
Wow, and you would have like these shows, like kind of dance stripping shows. Yeah?
Yeah, have you seen Magic Mike?
Ah, yeah, I think I saw somewhere.
Yeah, well,
okay.
that's basically what it was. It was like one by one, each performer would be on stage, you know, and you would have like the whole. I would jump. I would be crazy. I would jump on the tables. I would just, I would just play around every time for 11 minutes, just doing a show, and That was nighttime, and during daytime, I would go to people's place for birthdays or. So I really, really got into dancing and into exploring fully here in Copenhagen. So 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago, I was with, I was staying in the ashram called Srikali here.
Yeah.
And I was roommate with a dude who was dancing in his room, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. And I was like, I can do that too. And then I got to experience ecstatic dance, and yeah, everything unfolded, and I was like, wow, this is me. This is where I meet myself the most. What can I do about that? You know, I would have a lot of people coming to me and being like, you dance so good and stuff, you know, and I was like, oh. And then I started to believe in it, you know, to be like, fuck yeah, like I can do that. I can guide people. Like I know what it does to me, and I know how to bring that to people's life.
But what do you love the most about dancing?
I love that you can experience the emotions that you're having in the moment, you know, because when you go and dance, either by yourself or when you're around people, you're always experiencing yourself. As soon as you have eyes on you, as you are being witnessed, you know, you start to feel different. You start to sometimes put a mask and to show something different because maybe you feel shy and you don't want to acknowledge this shyness. So there is always, your body is always telling you really what's happening. And then if you're aware of that, you can go through the resistance and you can create yourself anew. Or you can go back to an old pattern of pretending that you are someone else. So I guess what I love very much about that is the authenticity that you can get out of that, you know. The learnings of oneself is just incredible.
I hear you indeed. Authenticity is great. Me personally, I love ecstatic dance. Obviously, I'm not as a good dancer as you are, but yes, I love ecstatic.
It's not about being a good dancer.
Yeah, it's just I think playing the arts and doing whatever, you know, even if it's not amazing, the output to others is still very useful for yourself, right?
Exactly.
So tell us about coaching now, because I know you started coaching on the island and then you started doing it online as well.
Yes.
So how does it work?
Good. Well, I guess you would have to know why you wanted to be coached first, right? So you got to know what is it that you want to maybe change in your life. What are the struggles that you're going through in your life at the moment, and how can self-expression and the coaching part can help you to get there.
Okay. So it's not just about learning how to dance, it's something deeper than that. It's more of a transformation that you help people to go through via the dance, is that right?
Exactly, yeah. Okay. Actually, a very deep true transformation of life, yeah.
So I know that online you have a course that you built, is that right? Can you tell us about the actual steps, what happens when somebody signs up to your coaching online?
Oh, that's good, because I actually have a program on the 20th of August coming up. Okay. So it's going to be 6 weeks, yeah. So 2 weeks prior, before we start, we have like 7 hours with me first, one-to-one, and we dive deep into your personal history and understanding like all your life traumas and what happened in your past, to remove that with the use of timeline therapy to remove the charge of the negative emotion that we are holding in our bodies, and to really clean ourselves up, to really reset. And then we're ready to go through the 6 weeks. And for the 6 weeks program, each week has a specificity that I won't go into details, but basically it's like you're learning how to unfold and to speak the truth, because every time that we hold things in ourselves, we're holding the emotion, and that creates blockages of energy, that creates in the body, that creates diseases, you know. So how to express the truth to release that, and how to move, and how to utilize movement and self-expression to get the emotion out in the moment. You know, like when you're feeling frustrated and when you're feeling angry in something that is happening in your life right now, how can you just utilize self-expression and transform that in an instant to let it go, you know, because everything happens here. And once you understand that you can change your thought in order to create the best outcome for your life just can change in an instant, and it starts just now.
That's awesome. Okay, and so it's 6 weeks and people learn different techniques to dance. And what kind of music? Doesn't matter, or?
Different styles. Because actually I work a lot with elements, you know, so fire, earth, wind and water. And for that, different songs, different musics bring those qualities of each element. So the wider the better. you know, because you can really experience yourself and understand also, okay, what is it that I don't like about this song? Okay, so maybe because this song is like pushing me to have more fire, and maybe that's actually what I'm lacking at the moment. Maybe I'm lacking fire in my life. So to understand that also, you know, and to maybe if you understand that there is one element with the qualities that you're missing in your life, well, how can you bring them more? Because then you're having an imbalance. So yeah, plenty of different wild songs. It's a lot of fun. It's challenging also. You got to be ready for change because it's tough. You know, you have like taskings to do, and it's 40% of the work happens in the sessions. So we have 2 sessions per week, 2 times 6 hours. But then you have to do all the tasking on your own, and that's where people get empowered. You know, and that's I think. Yeah, the way I perceive being a coach, you know, it's like you allow people to believe that they can empower themselves.
And of course, you know, the elements is something that we find in Chinese medicine, in different ways in Ayurveda as well. So I think it's easier and interesting for people to be able to relate to the fire, the water. The water is more like Svajistana, it's more like, you know, this feminine change, and right? The fire instead is Manipura chakra, and you have they are seated in the body in different parts.
Exactly.
And you see that people actually start becoming more self-aware. They feel their body more. They feel what they're missing more in life as they go through the program.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like as you mentioned, you know, as soon as you have more information about how you understand that the elements connect with the chakras, as soon as you dive into that and you allow your network, you know, your network connection to expand, that's where you put your intentions. That's where you put your focus, and therefore you're going towards the thing that you're creating the thoughts with. So the more you think that, okay, if I can connect with the fire, I can bring those qualities in my life, which means that I can create more, I can utilize this for my business, and I can have that punch. That's exactly what you're going to create because you're focusing on that. And that's what this machine does. As soon as you're directing it to a direction, that's exactly what you're going to get. Yeah. Which is important to then understand what are the thoughts that we're having, because if you're having shitty thoughts, you're attracting that. The low vibration is bringing that same thing to your life. And then it's like this poetical circle, and it's hard to get out of it.
So Kopangani has been fun for you, is that right? I mean, the musical, you've been here throughout all the lockdowns and the COVID, which was a bless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think of the island?
It's a beautiful friend. It's a beautiful friend and a beautiful coach, actually, you know, because it's not always easy to be here, you know. Like there are many times where you want to get out of there because, and I tell you why, because of me. I mean, I tell about my own experience, because there are times where I go through struggles, and instead of facing the struggles here, I want to leave and to go somewhere else because I think the problem is here, you know. And then I put myself at effect, and I'm like, no, this is not me. This is the island. I'm done with it. But then eventually I'm like, this has nothing to do with the place, Thomas. You can just change your environment and work on the shit that you're going through, and then I always end up staying here. So this place has showing me that so much.
I know what you mean exactly. You know, it's very easy to blame the environment when the problem is inside, particularly if the pattern of like having to change places all the time is there. You know, I think something that I remember from my father that he told me is if you have broken bones, you can change bed, but you're not gonna have a good night's sleep. Yeah, it sounds a little bit harsh, you know, like...
That's so true.
Yeah, but it's true, right? So it's not the bed, the problem, it's that you have like pain in your bones, so fix your bones, exactly. And then any bed is gonna be okay. But of course, the bed here is very beautiful and very lush and tropical and very interesting, right?
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know, what are your plans? Do you plan, or what is your intention for the near future?
That's a good question, because now I'm actually planning to have a full visa, like a work permit also, so that way I can start doing workshops here again, you know, and really feeling clear and clean, and having a full year rent also. So I'm staying at the moment in a beautiful place, and yeah, my goal is to root myself and to keep on growing into my business, because this is it. I found myself, and I'm like, yes, I'm on fire right now.
That's what I love about this island, is that we got lots of creative people, and some of them, like yourself, you know, now they're gonna start, you know, like actually being here long term. I mean, we already been here long term, But I was talking to Victoria, who's the lady that put together the musical, and also there's Bill, who's doing a show tonight at Jarans. And there's lots of synergies around the arts and the performing arts, and it would be so amazing if we could all pull together and create some sort of center or something, that was so dedicated to it. And
it will happen.
I think so, and make the island is healing island, yoga island, tantra island. We can make arts island too.
Art and healing and combined with everything,
Perfect.
That's exactly the, I've been, yes, like this is definitely going to happen, I think we all on our own path, but once we're really going to be like grounded in what we're doing, there's definitely going to be more path, like the musical, where we're going to meet again and create something even bigger. I mean, for me at least, that's the way I envision it, because I love this island and I really want to stay here. There's so much potential here.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Well, Thomas, thanks a lot for this little chat. It's been very interesting, talking to you again. I know you a little bit already, but yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for inviting, and yes, I hope you enjoyed the video, guys.